Yeah, so you can read Sirach 34 again.
Okay,
And 33, yeah.
Okay, come on. The book of Sirach, chapter 34. Verse what? I'll start verse 12. It says, I was oft times in danger of death, yet I was delivered because of these things. The spirit of those that fear the Lord Yahweh Hashem Shah shall live, for their hope is in him that saveth them. Whoso feareth the Lord Yahweh Hashem Shah shall not fear nor be afraid, for he is his hope. And that's ultimately Hebrews 11 chapter when it says, without faith it is impossible to please the Lord. So you gotta have that faith and belief that he will deliver you.
You said Hebrews, right?
Hebrews 11 chapter.
Is that, what is that?
That's all Hebrews. The New Testament, yeah.
It's in the New Testament, the book of Hebrews.
That's what chapter for that. That's for the Bible.
No. The Bible is we call the scriptures. The holy and set apart Bible is a collection of books. The book of Hebrews is actually in the Old Testament.
The New Testament.
Yeah. We had the apostle Timothy writing for. Yeah. The apostle Timothy wrote it for the apostle Paul.
Yeah, he wrote it. He was writing to the Hebrews.
Yeah, writing to Hebrews.
That was still sacrificing them.
Yeah. Right? And then Hebrews 11 chapter verse 6 it says, without faith it's impossible to please Yahweh Hashem Shai. So of course in these times the Lord said, those that love and fear him not going to be afraid, no fear, because our hope is in him. You know, people ask us how you gonna eat, how you gonna drink, how you gonna work, man. Fuck all of that. I'm gonna have faith in the Lord, man. You know, I don't care if I go a couple days without eating or drinking. I'll take it as a fast. You know, when the Lord, you know, he gonna make way for us to eat. You know, he gonna make miracles happen. That's our belief. And it says, the spirit of those that fear the Lord shall live, for their hope is in him that saveth them. Whoso feareth the Lord shall not fear nor be afraid, for he is his hope. Blessed is the soul of him that feareth the Lord, to whom doth he look, and who is his strength. For the eyes of the Lord are upon them that love him. He is their mighty protection and strong stay, a defense from heat, and a cover from the sun at noon, a preservation from stumbling, and a help from falling.
What scripture are you reading?
Psalms, Ecclesiasticus 34.
And that goes with Psalms 91. Instruction at noonday.
And also
that's when Yahweh Shai come.
Yep.
See, at the midnight, cry was made. So at its highest point, that's most bodies gonna drop.
Yeah. Another quick one, Ecclesiasticus 33 verse 1. There shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Lord, but in temptation even again he will deliver him. And that all goes hand in hand with Psalms 91.
Yeah.
You know? Let me get that very fast.
Secret place of the Most High.
It's truth, man. Psalms 91 in verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
The Alahayim, yeah.
I will say of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Shah, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust.
And part of the refuge too is the name, man. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and is safe. Jesus is not going to cut it, man. Everybody calling on that name right now. And they confounded.
Yeah.
They trusting in the beast, man.
I mean, during slavery, we was calling upon that name. What happened? We got our backs whipped in. You know?
The Lord took away the name, yeah.
But now we got it back, man. You know, and why we got it back at this time? Because the Lord will deliver his elect.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like if you give someone your phone number and call me anytime you need me. You know, you give me your number for it when they call. You know, when they call, you there for them. The Lord give us a name. We call, he there for us, man. You know, man, the Lord can do some divine intervention for us, man. Through the Spirit, the Lord, we're part of the elect. We gotta continue doing it, man.
Yeah, we read earlier. He said he's gonna disappoint him.
Oh yeah. Psalms 17:13. Yeah. I'll read on down. It says, surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler. And we know a fowler is someone that set up traps for fowls. Yeah. You know? And who's that? That's Esau. He set up these different snares and traps for our people to fall in. The Lord said, I'm delivered from the snare of the fowler.
That Maxine is a trap.
Yeah. Yep. And it says, and from the noisome pestilence, he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
Word,
Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that fly by day.
Try the missiles.
Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked.
Yeah, I saw, and it tells you Matthew 25. That goes to Matthew 25. These are the goats on the left. The prepared for the devil and his angel, his military, and those who trust in it. Revelation 14. Those who trust in the mark and the image, man, they're gonna be destroyed. Man.
That's right. Read on down. I got Matthew 25 as well. Hold that. It says, verse 9, Psalms 91 and 9. Because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, which is my refuge, even the Most High the habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling.
Yeah, so we ain't read about C-19 and all that, man. So, you know, they going crazy with the way they act about this thing. That this thing had 100% kill rate. This has a 99% recovery rate. Like,
come on, man.
I mean, if you take nothing, it's a 99% chance that you recover. So how are they locking things down again, man? And curfews. What's the sense of a curfew? Like that don't even. People not thinking, man. So you mean to tell me he's most active after 10 o'clock at night when you have the curfew? He comes out like people are so dumb, man.
Yeah.
See? People fell for that bullshit, man. Yeah.
Slaki, verse 11, Psalm 91 and 11. But he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways.
Yeah, the scripture says angels are your what? Ministering spirits. Right? It tells you in the book of Hebrews, man. The angels work with you. They put thoughts in your brain and keep you on the right. But you got demons there too. You know, they show you that in sitcoms. You got the righteous, you got the demon, and you got the righteous angel both communicating what you should and shouldn't do.
Question, the demons visit you in dreams?
Yeah. Hell, if the Most High was to open our mind right now, you could see the demons out here.
More people.
He showed that to Balaam. When the donkey turned around and talked. Yeah. The Lord showed him the angel. He said, yeah. The donkey was like, the angel told him, yo, if you had passed this way, I was going to kill you. The donkey actually saved you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. A little bit of spirit upon it.
The donkey to talk. Yeah.
Talk to him. It actually happened. You know.
So there's angels here, demons out here. You know.
And it's going to say where 2 or 3 gathers together in my name, they're in the midst.
Yeah.
You know, so the Lord is in the midst of us right now. You know what I'm saying? As we teaching His word. But all these people out here has gathered in wickedness. We got demons all around them. We got angels.
I forgot what movie that was. That was a movie like that where you could see the demons on people.
I think you posted on one of your clips. You did a lesson on that.
Yeah.
I mentioned. You posted a clip in the beginning that showed the demons on people.
Oh yeah. It was an animation movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
And also, your Hako show, whatever that anime is. It shows that too. You see spirits and stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
That goes back to their culture.
Yeah.
They love that demonic shit.
Yeah. I got Matthew 25. Matthew 25 verse 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another.
But you separated them right now.
Yeah.
The word. I get it.
And it says, and he shall separate them one from another, as the shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was an hungered, and ye gave me meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me in. Naked, and ye clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and you came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee an hungered, and fed thee, or thirsty, and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger, and took thee in, or naked, and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick, or in prison, and came to thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
There you go. So that's why you gotta be careful how you treat the little ones, like the Lord said. Matthew 18, yeah. The angels behold the face of my Father. See?
I'll read that right now.
Matthew 18 and 10, yeah.
Matthew 18 and verse 10. Take heed that ye despise not one of these little ones, for I say unto you that in heaven their angels do always behold the face of my Father which is in heaven.
Yeah, the angels always talk to the Father. See? We've seen that before. People who talk shit and come up against brothers. The Lord deal with them, man.
Yeah.
You know?
The scripture say
the Lord said if you did it to them, you would do it to me. Yeah.
That's right. That's Right.
Yeah.
That's why we show that brotherly love amongst each other as
Yeah.
well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you know we ultimately doing that. That's what we do to the Lord if he was here.
Yeah.
You know, that's what the Lord is going into.
That's what it's going to say. How can you love the Most High you have not seen, but hate your brother who you've seen?
Con.
That's contradiction, man.
Con.
It's 1 John 3 around there, yeah. So yeah.
Slack, yeah. Yeah, that's it.
And Paul said at 1 Corinthians 13. Let's get that.
Okay.
But this whole thing is, well, he's gonna break it down. Because you had guys that were, deep in the scriptures, but they were rotten brothers, man. And which one is hold more weight with the Lord? Treating your brother right, man.
1 Corinthians 13:1. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity,
Which is brotherly love. When you look it up, go ahead.
Yeah. I am become as a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries,
Yeah,
and,
I can break down the scriptures. I know the Hebrew, the history, everything. Go ahead.
and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, so that I could remove mountains, and have not charity, I am nothing.
You're nothing if you don't keep brotherly love. That's what the Lord washed the disciples' feet. That's what he was showing them. Being a servant for your brother. That's what he was showing them. You know, that's also important. That goes a long way
Yeah.
with the Lord, man.
And the scriptures say that too. When the scribes and Pharisees was trying to, they were asking a little question. They said, what is the greatest commandment, basically? He said, love the Lord, thy power, thy soul, thy mind, thy body.
In fact, let's get at Mark 12, 28, I think. That was a beautiful exchange right there that they had. The scribe asked them that, yeah. She's looking at her future master, you know? They're staying glaring at brothers, yeah.
They be so like intrigued about what we're talking about.
Yeah.
There was one time when I was waiting for you, the night, it was like, I think it's 2 weeks ago or last week, one of those. And my lady walked by with a baby, and the baby was just staring at me. And like as the car going, her head is like this. And I'm like, she's looking at her future master. You know what I'm saying? She's looking like she's looking like angels around me.
Babies can see energy, yeah.
That's what, she probably saw the angels around me.
Yeah.
Loving me.
Yeah.
Mark 12.
And that's how you know, because every time they show the Queen of England, that demon over there, every time she around kids start out going crazy. And she tried to touch a little boy one time, and he just ran straight to his parent and grabbed her leg hard. He was like, yo, you know she's evil. And when she tried to touch a horse, he just started wilding out.
Because animals and babies, they more
pure,
they're more pure in tune. Like a baby just came from the spiritual realm, so they're gonna be able to sense the spirits around people.
Because she eat children.
She eats children.
So he must have felt something when she tried to touch him.
Probably felt that demon that be on her when she eat kids, man.
Yeah.
You know.
And they blood to stay young, right?
Yeah. Adrenochrome.
That's where they get all these different movies and TV shows about vampires.
Like every time we were looking at that in the past.
Maze Runner.
Was it Maze Runner?
I seen that.
That's what it's
But
called.
I don't think. Oh wait.
But you know, like it's like 3 movies, but like at the end, they showed that all those kids, they're not really in the maze. That's all in the mind, and they put them through different illusions to scare the shit out of them. So they can get that fucking adrenaline or whatever the case.
Oh yeah. I think I seen the first 2 parts of Maze Runner, the Maze Runner, the Story, some shit like that. That's another one too.
They revealed though at the end that all that shit is fake. It's just an illusion for them to scare the shit out of them and get that shit.
That's how they stay young.
Yeah.
And every time that's funny because every time you look at the movies when you were young, Jason and Freddy Krueger, that's the elite. And they always target children, man.
Yeah, especially Freddy.
Yeah.
This Freddy was a freak. I just watched Nightmare on Elm Street not so long ago, like probably a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know? And when we watching the movie, this dude, Freddy, this dude was first he was a pedo, touching little girls, little boys, all of that.
Yeah.
And then this dude, he a demon that be in their dreams, and he try to kill him and all of that.
Yeah,
he get off on that.
That's the elite, man. They were the Freddy Kruegers and the Jasons.
Yeah.
That's why all these kids are going missing and they have them on a milk carton. Have you seen this trial? Have you seen this trial? The CIA agent said he used to bring in all kind of boys for people in D.C.
Wow.
So, come on, man. Yeah?
Mark 12 and 28. And one of the scribes came, having heard them reasoning together, and perceiving that he had answered them well, asked him, which is the first commandment of all? And Yahushua answered him, the first of all the commandments is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our power is one Lord. And thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. And the second is like, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than these.
None other greater than these. And he's going to keep reading on.
Gone. And when the scribe said unto him, Well, master, thou hast said the truth, for there is one power, and there is none other but he. And to love him with all thy heart, and with all thy understanding, and with all thy the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself is more than all whole burnt offering and sacrifices.
Because that's all the Pharisees thought about was the sacrifices in the temple. Loving your brother and loving the Most High is far more important, man.
And Yahushua said these hang all the law and the prophets.
Yeah, all the law and the prophets, man. It's on those two things.
Because if you love your brother as you love yourself, you're not going to want to commit adultery. You're not going to want to steal his things, you know? You're not going to want to harm his brother, kill him. You know, if you love the Most High, you're going to be keeping his commandments to the best of your ability, you know?
Question. So the name is Yahushua. They put Jesus Christ in it, right? Roman Catholic Church.
Well, it's a trans. First it was Jesus, it's a Greek version, and then after J came in, because J, the letter J derived from the letter I, and that's when they put that Jesus in it. Yeah.
Okay, so but if they do that, if they did that, then how you know like if they didn't fuck up the scriptures, like mess up other scriptures?
Well, when you go, because first of all, this is not the first book. There's something called the Septuagint. You ever heard of that Bible, Greek Bible? Yeah, and then there's other records. There's the Lipo Codex. So the way you know is that they did comparative studies between the scriptures we have now and the scriptures back then. That's how when you compare the King James to other translations, you see that those translations they take out a lot of scriptures.
But this one is the most accurate one.
Yeah.
When they translate from the Greek, the Hebrew, and the Latin into the Old English back then, because King James, he was a Jake that ruled Scotland, England, and Europe at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, our people was ruling back then.
Yeah.
You know, during the Byzantine Empire and stuff like that,
Yeah.
right? And then he ordered 47 scholars to come together and translate it from the Greek, the Hebrew, and the Latin into the Old English. And these 47 scholars, they was studying all these languages. They was
Right.
like,
It tells you when you read the book of the beginning of King James, it tells you.
Yeah.
And it tells you that it was there was some errors in it, but they were working more towards a more perfect translation.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's all based on faith.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
You know, because the word of the Lord was Isaiah 40 and 8.
It's like Isaiah 40 and 8.
Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 40, verse 8. The grass withereth, the flower fadeth, but the word of our power, Yahweh Bashim Shai, shall stand forever.
Yeah, the word of the Lord abided forever, man. So the Lord preserved everything.
Yeah. And the scripture say how you're going to, that's another one. Hold up, Salakia. Let me see if I can read this right fast. Isaiah 28 in verse 9, right? It says, Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, and there a little. For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to this people.
Yeah, which we know this tongue right here.
Tongue we got right
English, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was already prophesied that, you know, because we scammers all nations. And this is and English is the most spoken tongue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Most common tongue, yeah.
Most common tongue, that's right.
So, you know, so it's beautiful how the Lord had everything set up.
Yeah.
Because if Aishah knew that we would have wake up now, he would have been destroyed that book.
Yeah.
He would have did what Hitler did and burned all the books. See? If they knew that these Negroes and Hispanics would wake back up, they would have been destroyed the books, man. And it's just crazy how this whole time, the truth was always in the book. You know, from when we were in slavery and all these different religions, like the Bible been told you how the man looked like, but people were still running with that image, man.
Yeah.
Show you that the witchcraft was strong. You know, because it tells you in Revelation how the Lord looked like, man. And that scripture wasn't known for how long, man.
And Daniel 7 chapter.
Know that too.
Yeah.
That's common knowledge now too.
Yeah.
They know that Jesus was